Thanks for joining us with your microphone and everything, Stephen. It's been great. I just want to give a word of warning to our listeners about the private feed this week. I feel like it's going to be gruesome. I've got some medical details to share. I'm just putting it out there.
Right.
All right.
I've got some Star Wars purchase details.
Oh, this is huge.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, there it is. That's
you will hear something that not even my wife has learned about yet.
Right.
So
Well, that's the full tease, folks.
I plan on breaking the news to her.
Can I give you some advice? You better do it. Well, you better do it real soon because this show goes out Thursday night. So it better be a Thursday job.
Yeah.
What happens if the breaking of the news goes horribly bad? Are you going to make me to edit this all out?
No. All good.
Okay.
No. It's actually
have you,
pretty savvy purchase.
Have you spent the kids' inheritance on something?
No. Well, that's the thing. It's something I was after, but got it at a very, very, very reasonable price.
You're going to need to use a notepad to share that details.
Well, I'm going to leave you hanging till the private as well.
No, I was saying in the private. Well, obviously, you don't want to say the number.
Okay.
You'll need to write it down because I'll need to know it.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Nothing too alarming.
Okay.
What you consider alarming, what I consider alarming might be different. But
I just want to also shout out a big appreciation for Stephen Fennick, who came to the office early today to get our recording started. Normally we spend about 6 hours recording with a gap in the middle included for lunch.
Yep, lunch break.
You came early because I told you there was a World Series game on and we would have to watch it.
Yep.
And
which I did. Happily watched it.
Quite frankly, lucky it wasn't yesterday because we're recording on Wednesday and Tuesday there was a 6-hour game.
This would have been recorded at midnight last night.
Yeah, it would have been pretty horrendous.
Yeah.
So,
but here we are.
But I appreciate you.
Unfortunately, the Dodgers lost today.
That's
mate.
okay,
so
mate.
it's 2-all in the
a competitive World Series.
At time of recording, it's 2-all.
Baseball is the winner.
So by the time this goes to air, though, you could be one ahead.
Could be one behind.
It's 2-all, so it could be
one of the two teams will be leading 3-2.
That's good.
One of the two teams will be a game away from the World Series.
Wow!
By the weekend, so we will play a game this Saturday during the day. So 11 o'clock. If you want to get into what I'm into, and we're definitely going to talk baseball. By the way, in the private fit, I'll have things to say. If you want to get into the World Series, Game 6 is Saturday, Sydney, about 11 o'clock. It's going to be wild. Because that could be a clinch for whoever it is, and it's in Toronto. And if the opposite team wins, it'll go to Game 7, which is Sunday. Wow, that's the dream for the MLB is for TV rights and all that stuff. Is for it to
just run straight
all the way through. Yeah,
amazing.
Yeah, it's great.
You've turned me into a baseball fan, mate.
Oh, you didn't need turning. You're a sports fan. That's the great thing. You're already on the cusp.
I am a sports fan, and my team. I made a promise to a mate in the States to support the Yankees because he supports the Rabbitohs.
Yep.
So I'm a Yankees man. But Dodgers are my second team, mate.
Fair call.
If the Yankees weren't playing against you guys, well, they were.
You know what's really funny about American sport, and I've mentioned it before, the Texas Longhorns hat I've got.
Yep.
Remember I mentioned I got like a discount and stuff wearing it?
Recognised even in Europe, that hat.
You know, with a Dodgers hat or jacket or anything on, you get nothing. No one goes, hey, let's go Dodgers. Because everyone wears those. It's like a fashion item.
Yep.
We were at the Inala Fair, Amanda's Old Works charity fair on the weekend, and I was MC, and there was a bloke walking around a Toronto Blue Jays jersey. And you don't do that unless you're a fan. I came so close to heckling him on the microphone, but he walked far enough away by then.
So that's why the series was already underway.
Yeah. And
throw a bit of chin music, mate.
And it reminded because I had the Dodgers jacket on my flight to the US last week, and I had the hat on, and the flight attendant, he goes, thanks very much for flying with us, and hook him. And I'm like, oh, what? I'm wearing the hat.
The Longhorns hat.
And then he started talking to me about their team, and I'm like, I actually am not invested in that team. I'm only wearing the hat because Jackson told me that's who we're supporting in college football.
Very good.
But he had a whole conversation with me, and I don't know what he was talking about.
Similar reactions when I wear Souths was like, I've been in America and Europe, and people have yelled from across the street, go the Rabbitohs.
I love to say that you think the Rabbitohs are recognisable as the Texas Longhorns. That's just outrageous.
I'd say more so.
No.
Even more so. Especially when Russell Crowe bought the team back then, it was like 2008-9, he every talk show he went on,
he wore the jumper.
I think Jimmy Fallon, he put a hat on him, and Christian Bale had a hat on. It was everyone had to recognise the team logo there. So that mate, that's when the Rabbitohs went international. And the people who yell out on the street are local supporters. It's like the random Souths guy, which is often me sometimes overseas when I'm wearing a gear.
Yeah, Dan Anstey, the Triple M breakfast host and Today Show weather guy on the weekends, he posted a photo from the Gold Coast 500 on the weekend, or a video, and it was just a random video. And Dan's not a motorsport fan that I know of, and he just goes, "There's always a random Souths guy," and there's a Souths guy standing in front of.
There is.
There just always is.
There you go.
There just always is.
They're everywhere, the Rabbitohs.
Rabbits.
Breaking news. They've just signed David Fafita.
Yeah, wow.
From the Gold Coast Titans. He's a Queensland Origin player.
Sure.
So you don't know who I'm talking about.
No idea.
He's a big bopper, and that's just the player we need in our pack.
Big bopper.
Big guy. Big forward.
Forward.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's a second rower. Yeah. Exactly what we need.
Really?
It's going to be good.
You've lacked girth in the front row.
We've lacked a little bit of a bit of size in our pack. We're a really small team.
Right.
We need
remember
we had the Burgess brothers and those big guys sort of really laying a platform for the early in the game and sort of creating opportunities for the later on in the sets.
Oh.
So I think he's going to be good.
All right.
Yeah.
I'll take your word for it. That's next year's problem.
Yeah, mate, pre-season training starts on Monday next week.
Yeah.
Starts. They're back at it.
Before we get the show underway, we don't have an announcement to make. We do not have an announcement to make because we have to confirm some dates, but we are doing a live show.
Yes, we are. Are you talking live stream or
live in-person
show?
Audio only.
Yeah.
There will be a show.
So if you want to see that show, you got to be there.
That's right.
It's not going to be on YouTube.
No.
So it's an exclusive in-person.
I mean, there might be a bootlegger. Maybe there'll be Jerry Seinfeld sitting.
Yeah. That'd be funny.
And at the end of the video on YouTube, we'll put Elaine dancing.
Yeah. That's a great Seinfeld reference.
That is actually.
That's a great.
Do you know what?
That's a cracking.
That's not about. I'm up for.
Should get someone to bootleg it.
I'm up for putting a tripod in one seat and just doing a raw video and put it on the YouTube channel as
the bootleg.
Two Blokes live show bootleg edition.
Yeah, why not? It'd be fun.
All right, I'll do that. I'll pay.
There we go. All right.
As long as you do the Elaine dance at the end of the video.
We'll both do it.
No.
We'll both do it.
No, I won't. Anyway.
With the thumbs
by next week, okay? Is that the plan? By next week.
We're going to lock down the details.
Yeah, we've proposed a date.
With a couple of dates.
We've proposed a date.
We've got to get venue.
We don't have a backup
confirmation.
I just realised we don't have a backup date.
It's one or nothing.
It is pretty much, yeah.
Well.
Either that or I have to change my haircut.
Whoa. What did you say? You said, I can't do it and I'll get my haircut that day. I said, what?
Yeah.
So what is the only day? What is he? Is this some bloke that's flying in from LA to cut your hair or something? Is it?
Pretty much, yeah. That's how I roll.
Good on you.
It's Amanda's hairdresser. I'm not allowed to go to anyone else. I keep saying to him, mate, I'll go to Just Cuts if I have to put up with this rubbish, but
mate,
I'm not allowed to.
Right.
Amanda got home yesterday and she goes, I just had the most expensive haircut ever. And I'm like, what can I do now about that? Like,
yeah, too late now.
Also,
too late now,
good.
Babe.
You look great, babe.
Yeah, my wife had her hair done yesterday too.
Hey!
What was it? Wives' hair day.
Wives' hair day.
Yeah.
Did your wife come home with purple hair?
No.
Amanda's hair's purple.
What's doing?
She loves it. Yeah, it looks good.
Yeah. She done that before?
Yeah.
Really?
In the sun, it just pops.
Was just a bit of colour.
Yeah.
Why don't you ever do that?
Because she's got black. Well, because I like the grey.
Yeah, okay. But what? So she's done
purple hair.
She's done this before.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's really bold.
And when you got black hair, it's not like it's outlandishly purple. It's just it's a hue in the light.
Actually, she shared something on it. Was it?
Yes, she did yesterday.
And
yes.
I did notice it. I did notice there was a bit of a tinge to it.
That was her doing some social legwork for her hairdresser.
Ah.
Yeah.
Oh, is that how it is, eh?
Yeah, Kiko. Good man.
Very good, eh?
All right.
They've just got to mention on the Two Blokes Talking Tech podcast how the social media platform, the social media campaign's kicked off really well, has it?
I'm pretty confident our audience not in need of Hair by Kiko services.
Why would you say that?
I think I'm probably the only bloke he cuts their hair for.
Oh, okay.
Otherwise, I'm among much other husbands. Because it's, he's a stylist. Okay. And this is not style.
Yeah, so it's a man.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, Christian.
And he's got other people that work for him.
No.
Just him.
Solo.
No wonder you got to book your date so far.
Oh, yeah, no. Rock solid. Yeah.
Wow, okay.
Anyway, Two Blokes Talking hairdressers.
Woo.
We'll do this.
Welcome to Two Blokes Talking Tech
Not a bad price.
with Trevor Long from EFTM.com
Really handy device.
and Stephen Fennick from techguide.com.au.
Remember it started doing something weird recently?
Yeah, just repeated itself.
I just went to the trouble of pressing the camera. I don't know if it's still going to happen, so I'm not going to roll the dice on that one.
Yeah.
I'll check it next time I'm in studio setup mode, and you didn't remind me earlier. I could have.
I'm sorry. 'Cause
Episode
last week we were in San Francisco. We didn't do a
Correct.
video last week.
Episode 706. Thanks to the great people at Arlo and Netgear. If you're looking for home networking, we've got you covered with Netgear. And if you're looking for home security, Arlo got you covered. We'll tell you about them shortly. Tony Moclair on 3RW, I'm going to steal this line from because I was talking to him earlier. He said the Bureau of Meteorology apparently very good at forecasting storms, but couldn't foresee the storm that was coming when they changed their website.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm torn by this story so greatly because I do use the Bureau website a lot.
Yeah.
I probably use the app,
Mate, you and
70% of the time.
Yeah.
I would use the website the other 30%.
So you mean the app's different to the website?
The app's very different, yeah. And it did get an update, I don't know,
Yeah.
years ago, and there was no uproar about that.
Okay.
But like I think about it and everyone's different, and that's the problem here is people are looking at this and going, oh, it's outrageous, it's different. And can you believe that at the time of recording we have a federal minister, the Minister of the Environment, blowing up about what is going on with the Bureau's website? Enough people have complained that federal politicians are talking about the Bureau of Meteorology website. What is happening?
Is that a government department? The Weather Bureau would be a government department, wouldn't it?
Yes.
So that naturally comes under their purview, the government.
Sorry, I need to switch your camera. They would report in the Minister of the Environment, it sounds like.
Right, and so this would have been a project that they would have started months ago, potentially years ago.
Yes.
To redesign the site.
Yes.
And the just to sort of recap the situation here, what's happened is they've gone so far away from the original design and the concept that people are thinking, oh my God, this is unusual. They can't navigate the site. So 3 clicks where before it would take 1.
Yes.
So trying to find what you could normally see, it's not where they left it from before.
Yes. I mean, so it's funny because I saw reports that it was terrible because of the way the map now looked and all this. I'm thinking, wow. Like I got a text message I read out to you earlier.
Yeah.
Bloke goes, I normally respect your views, but now I have doubts just because of what I said on 3RW.
Yeah.
The site doesn't give the critical information needed. The radar depiction is useless and the site looks like it's designed by a 6-year-old, class 6. Now, the radar... You see, that's the thing I use the most. On the old site, you'd go in and there'd be a little button that said rain radar.
Yep.
And you'd click that, there'd be a map, and you'd be good. Now you click weather and climate, rain radar, and you get a map of Australia.
So we're talking BOM.gov.au.
Yes.
So it is a government department.
Yes.
And so now, isn't it so? Can you still go back to someone said you can go back to the other site? Is there another server? Like, is it regular BOM or something? You can do that.
Oh,
we were talking about this with John Stanley and I on 2GB on Monday night. And someone said, "Oh, yeah,
reg.bom.gov.au
takes you back to the old one."
So I used to see here on the homepage, I just click rain radars, boom, and I'd get that. But see, then I had to click Sydney, so it was 2 clicks away.
Yeah,
and I think people
they've taken away all the like you see how you got the old site there, right?
Yeah.
I've got the new site here.
Yeah.
Seeing above the fold, you know how above here. So look at all the functionality above there.
No, but you've got to go to the radar if we're going to compare apples with apples.
I know, but that was just you going to the website.
No,
right?
no, it wasn't. I clicked. So this is the old website.
Okay, but see what you see first of all. There's a map there.
Yeah, but that map is just cloud. Who gives a rat's
but
about that?
There's nothing here though.
No, but look, on the old homepage there was a bunch of temperatures.
Okay.
Well, now there's a bunch of temperatures.
But there's no map. What are these shortcuts here?
That's all I'm saying is put the shortcuts back.
Yeah.
Rain radar, satellite images, weather maps, and Met-I, whatever that is, right?
Yep.
Because all I want is rain radars. And when I click on it, see, the other thing, people think the map looks terrible. It's a different coloured map. Who cares? It's still the same radar. I'm telling you, it's a storm in a teacup.
But you know what? People don't like change, mate. Change.
Well, the example you gave was Facebook.
Facebook. Do you remember years ago? We spoke about it on the show when they changed the news feed, remember?
They changed, mate. I can remember in 2009, 2011, they would change.
But it was pretty radical change at that point. I think it was about 2000. It was earlier, though. It was about 2008 or so around that time. No, it wasn't 2008.
No, 2007 started. So yeah.
Yeah, no. So we spoke about it. There was a major one just after we started recording, and that one, I think, that's kind of what stayed like it is now. It's sort of basically what took us into this what we currently have.
Yeah, but in reality, the Facebook changes were like even just moving an icon was a challenge for people. That's what's happened here. It's the same information. The real question is why did this cost $4.1 million?
Really? Wow. 4.1. Jeez.
That's a lot of money.
Wow. Just to redesign the website.
Yeah.
So they would have called could call consultants in.
Right. Got a bunch of quotes from designers and stuff.
Taxpayers' money, just go hard. Yeah.
Mate, trust me, when you get a government contract, you're like, let's just ramp the price up a little bit,
Boy.
There's no way this needed to build it from scratch, $4.1 million. But with the data already just sitting on servers.
It's got to just redirect.
Yeah, not rocket science.
Wow.
I don't know.
So are you happy with the new design?
No, I'm not happy with it. I like the fresh look.
Yeah.
It's modern. I hate Amazon.com.au. I think it's the ugliest, old, because it doesn't change in 20 years. It's ugly and old, but it's functionally what it is.
Yeah.
But what the Bureau's done is given it a fresh new look. It's responsive, so it works on all browsers.
Yeah.
But they've taken away some fundamental things and replaced them with menus that don't need to be there. And that's really what needs to change, is they need to bring back everything that was on the old homepage, put it on this homepage.
Yeah, there's a totally different menu system, isn't there, on this one? You got to really dig in a bit deeper to find what you want.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, current warnings are still there, but it's not displayed quite the same.
But it is quite a change, though, eh? That's a radical change.
Yeah, but it was freaking horrible and ugly.
Yeah.
And look, it wasn't very responsive. See, like if I look at it on a smaller browser, it's not very responsive at all.
Why did they
the
get
old
rid of the map? Like you want to see a picture or something there.
Yeah, but that map is the map that's on the old homepage is utterly useless.
Why?
Because it's just showing clouds.
Oh well, still something.
Who cares?
Yeah, but it gives you some. We're very visual. We're visual in our
bring back
surfing.
The rain radar shortcuts. That's all I want. And I don't have a problem with the. See, it's interesting. It's a creature of habits thing, really, for people.
Absolutely.
With the rain radar, I'd go, okay, you get a standard 128 kilometre. If I want to zoom in, I click and zoom in. If I want to zoom out, I click to the next measurement. But now they've made it truly, an interactive map. So when you click on it, you can zoom in with a plus and a minus, which is perfect.
Yeah.
That's what you want. But actually, it's not the habit that I have.
Yeah.
That's the challenge. Is it's a new habit. It's a new way of doing things.
I've never heard such a big storm made over. Pardon the pun. A storm made over such a change to a website. A website that's used as often as the BOM is massive.
People are like, even I think I've heard that farmers were complaining, and
I heard that same. Yeah.
I mean, sometimes, folks, you've just got to learn how things change. Sometimes things change.
Yeah, you know what? I've got a feeling. I get that feeling too with iOS 26. Have you found that there's some things that you think where you normally look for things, they've changed that as well?
And you find them, and then you're good.
But it takes a little bit for your average punter.
It takes a little bit of
getting used to.
The greatest unspoken change in iOS 26 is in the phone app. I won't show the viewers because it's potentially dangerous. But
like your favourites at the top.
In the phone list, it used to be that you tapped and it would ring someone.
Yeah.
But now when you tap, it opens up the contact card.
Yeah.
And
was that only with your favourites page?
That's on the that's how you'd accidentally dial people all the time.
Yeah.
And so that's actually a toggle. You can turn it back on so it automatically dials, but it's a genius move.
But the favourites have been positioned. There's no menu at the bottom for favourites. It just sits at the top now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Same as messages. It's a layout thing.
Yeah.
Change
is hard, mate, for some people. Change is hard.
And here's what I'd say to the Bureau. I appreciate what you've done.
We'd love to be consultants for your next upgrade. We'll only charge you $2 million.
My fee's $100,000 to sit in a room and tell you what I think 3 times. I'll attend 3 meetings, and you have to pay for travel. But it's what they've done is, you can imagine a designer. They've gone, okay, on the rain and weather maps page, we need a big header. It says rain and weather maps, and we need what looks like what are those maps called with the lines? The low pressure, high pressure, barometric
pressure system.
Anyway, people know what I mean. The maps with the lines, right? And that's what they've put.
With the lines.
That's what they've put behind this blue bar.
You'd be a great consultant. Yeah.
Look at the blue bar. They've put that behind there. It looks nice. Get rid of it. Just put a header that says rain maps.
Yeah.
It doesn't
look
need...
Look at the space between there. Look
exactly.
how far you got to scroll down.
The map should be on the page.
The two blokes are available for a follow-up consultation.
There's just a lot of white space. Look, even the gap between the... So you got rain, then you got a weather map, then you got another...
That header is.
Look at the gap
big it
here.
is.
That's what I'm talking about, with the one with the lines. And then you got a gap here, you got a gap here, you got a gap here. That's insane.
Because look at that, the map should be above the fold.
It should be there.
Do you reckon? You know what I mean? Above the fold.
100%.
You don't have to scroll to see the map.
Correct.
You got to scroll to see the map.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not right.
It's fundamental things. So
haven't you got on EFTM and even on Tech Guide, have you sort of optimised it so as soon as you hit the site you've got your feature storage
the main
at the
carousel
top?
is at the top. That's what you
Same
want.
with mine, yeah.
But look, I respect the redesign because it looked ugly before, but stick with the principles of visual. What information is visually there, and just give it a new look. I'm okay with that.
Well, who's would that have been? That would have been a government decision, eh? That they're a government bureau. So said, look,
they're just they're a department. They're not a department. They're just an arm of the government.
Right. .gov. So someone in there would have said, "We need a site redesign."
Yeah,
and they would have had approval to that.
They probably pitched for funding for it through the government.
How long has it been since, or you don't know how long the old site had existed?
Oh, if you can talk to yourself for a while, I could probably find it.
Because you know what? While you're talking about that, it reminds me of something else that they changed.
What's
Do
that?
you remember when they changed Coca-Cola?
No,
remember they went.
I honestly don't remember.
I remember it. They changed it. I think it was in the 80s or 90s. I think it was the 90s, and they said, right, we're going to change Coke, new Coke, and everyone hated it. Right. And you think about it, if you're not going to buy the product anymore because you've changed it, then what does Coca-Cola do? They go back. They get rid of the new flavour, and that's when they created Coca-Cola Classic.
Right.
Do you remember this? You've seen that, haven't you, on cans?
Yeah.
Coke Classic. So they went back to the old recipe. So if it ain't broke, that's the saying, isn't it?
The Bureau website in 2005, the header, the bit across the top, looks very similar to the one we had 2 weeks ago.
Really? Back to the Future?
It was definitely the one we had last week until last week had definitely been around for 10 years that I've seen.
Okay.
So it is an old site.
So 05, that's 20 years.
No, but I'm saying the 05 site is different, very different, but the header is the same. So it didn't change that radically. Last time it changed at the very least, it didn't change that radically. That's how little change that whole site has had.
What do you think they should do? If they change it again,
do not roll it back.
Do they? No. They would never roll it back to the other design.
Mate, when you've got a federal minister banging on your door,
they've got to tweak it though.
They've got to tweak it. They've got to respond.
Yeah.
I'm going to say, mate, they've just had iterations of the site. Looking at 2010 now, they've just had iterations of a similar design.
So it seems the cycle's every 5 years. Is that how it looks?
Okay, here's every 2014. The site was what it looks like now. Well, previous to this week.
Right.
So
that's a long time between drinks.
It's a long time for a site to look the same, and that is why.
How long do you normally wait for EFTM?
Look, given the desktop is now minimal in overall usage, I don't stress about it at all.
Huh.
No.
Yeah, I waited. I think it was 3 years since my last redesign. So the one running now it's coming up to it'll be a year in January.
Yeah.
And before that, I think it was 3 years.
I'm calling it 12 years on the site we've just replaced. And there's your problem, Bureau. You've got to change it more regularly.
Right.
You've got to tweak things slowly more regularly so that people...
Incremental change.
Because if you outrage 10% of the audience, you don't get the attention you've got today. You outrage 99%, you get the attention you're getting today.
What else can you think of that's changed that you didn't like to change?
I don't know. I wasn't listening to Tony McClare for long enough, but that was his talk topic for the afternoon.
Yeah. Because like we said, people don't like it, mate. You get used to something and they change it on you. They go, I've got to learn it again. You've got to do it again.
I mean, Windows changed a lot through Windows 10 to 11, even putting the menu and the icon bar in the middle, kind of like a Mac. Windows changed heavily for Windows 10.
Yeah.
That was a big change. Or even Windows 8. Remember they went to that kind of tablet-style first interface?
Yeah, with all the tiles. Yeah. That was a big change. Remember Windows Vista?
I think we're a set of entitled people if we're whinging about the Bureau's website being changed.
Oh.
So bottom line, we're saying if you're going to do something, Bureau, change it, but don't go back.
No,
You agree with that?
I agree. No, you can't go back now. It needs to have a fresh look. Keep it modern, keep it fresh, but don't strip out the functionality. Keep the functionality, and above the fold, pack more features above the fold.
Yeah, and our main
reduce
advice
the size
is
of the headers. They're massive.
Reduce the size of the headers and remove
get rid of
the white space.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or again, the consultant once said, "Oh no, you need white space. We need it to look, bright and breezy and all that sort of stuff." And what's the saying? Some bloke with a ponytail turned up.
Ponytail
in a
Porsche driver. Yeah. That's what Hadley used to say all the time. He would have been, mate. If he was on air on he'd be going, "This has been designed by some bloke in a ponytail Porsche driving bloke copping $4 million."
Yeah.
And no one at the bureau, because they print these things out. And they, put them up on boards and they say, "What does everyone think?" And it looks great, but not until you actually see it and ask your audience.
They were too close to it. I think they were too close.
It's
to
always
it.
the problem.
Like you got to give the punters an opportunity. Like, could they have maybe even put it to a vote? Which one do you like?
Oh my God! Please.
Here's our design.
Never involve the community in decisions like that.
They would have a lot of the less flack they would have had. With this,
they've taken the Steve Jobs approach. They've just gone, you know what? We know it's right.
We know what you want. Yeah, okay. Yeah, fair enough.
That's what they've done.
Yeah. Very bold, but it's blown up in their face.
Here's an idea. Don't send any correspondence to us because we finished talking about it and I don't think we'll ever mention it again. Yeah. Unless they go back to the old site. If they go back to the old site.
Unless they bring us in to consult.
Yeah, I'm highly available.
Me too. Yeah. We're a team.
All arms of government.
Yeah. Social media ban. We're available to consult.
To be honest, I still think it's outrageous that the people like us, I'm not saying just us, but people like us weren't consulted or asked.
Tap the source.
Yeah. I'll have more to say about the E-Safety Commission in the weeks ahead. I've got issues, dramas blowing up.
For personal issues, have you? You got
the office of the E-Safety Commission.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
But I'm not going to go there yet. I'll give them another week.
Okay.
Stand by. Okay. Anyway, Two Blokes Talking Tech.
Everything about tech you never wanted to know. This is Two Blokes Talking Tech.
Well, Microsoft is in a little bit of hot water at the moment. ACCC has taken them to the federal court because of their move. I think it was last October where I think 2.7 million.
So a year ago.
Yeah.
Right.
So customers who were given the opportunity to upgrade their subscriptions, and that's half the problem is that everything's a subscription service now. They were presented with their upgrade options that included the new Copilot Plus edition. So that's their AI. And the way it was presented to customers online was where there's this option and this option. Both had Copilot Plus. Both were like $40 or $50 extra per year. There was a family plan and business plan. But what they weren't presented with was the option of staying exactly on the same plan that they're already on. So that was, unless they made a move to quit the subscription, that's when they were presented with you can stay on here. So the transparency just wasn't quite there, and ACCC has taken exception to that, and with good reason, I think, because when you consider a subscription service, and there's how many of them are there now, like Adobe now, Microsoft, and these are things we use every day. I use these every day, these applications. And so as a subscription service, it's not like you're standing in a store and looking at a box and reading the description of what you're getting. Yeah. Because it's a digital service, they need to be extra transparent on all your options. And in this case, they didn't present the option of staying where they were for the same price. And I reckon that's a bit of a cheeky move, don't you think? Yeah, look, I'm trying to find this communication to me. I can see an email in November last year that says your Microsoft 365 subscription just got better. And tells me about Copilot. It gives me an option to explore the subscription benefits, which I'm assuming that page has now been changed because of what's happened. Yeah. Your subscription now includes AI credits, it says. Yeah. But I don't know that I remember getting anything specific about price change. You must have let it just roll over. Yeah, but I should have got an email, surely. Yeah. And did your price go up or not? No, preserve your favourite recipes. No, I mean, I know, mate. I don't see. This is the problem. I'm like most people. I don't keep track of prices like that. Yeah. No, but when you look at other When remember when we were talking about Netflix putting their prices up, and how much we found out about it, but then how much notice did they give customers?
Yeah, they give exactly 30 days. That's what they do,
That's
right?
what's required. Yeah, okay. So what do you think of this? Like they deserve, from what it sounds like, they give you a hefty
on the
fine.
basic case that the ACCC presents, which is they didn't present the option to maintain your current subscription level. So basically they didn't present you an option to not have Copilot, even though it was an option.
Yeah.
Outrageous. I would argue, though, if I'm the ACCC, I'm taking Spotify to court as well.
Oh.
Because they put up their prices and don't tell anyone that your thing now includes an audio book, but there's an option to not have it. And it's $3 cheaper.
Oh.
Yes.
So they've done basically the same
A
thing.
similar thing. Now, look, fine print and, Spotify can say what they want, but like I find it amazing that they just put my price up, gave me a new feature, and it was a caller to the EFTM podcast that said, by the way, if you log in, only if you log into your account, it's not even listed as a plan on their website.
Right.
But if you log into your Spotify account and go, account type or whatever, you see the family, the basic, whatever. But in the middle, there's one that says, basic.
Well, right, and that wasn't offered on the home.
Well, it's not.
Wow.
It's not something obvious to people.
Not as obvious. Oh,
and
wow. ACCC, hello.
$3 is, I think, a lot of money in terms of regular subscriptions changing and going up and all that kind of stuff, right?
Absolutely, mate. $3 is $3.
Yeah.
But again, it's that subscription service where everything's subscription service now. And like, do you remember we used to buy? I remember buying Adobe, like having the Photoshop or whatever. I used to remember News Limited used to buy them for the photographers.
Yeah.
And you buy it off the shelf,
and you
load it up, and it was yours.
Because I remember as a kid, getting the bootleg copy of Adobe of Corel Draw and stuff, and then it was Adobe Suite because you're like, this is a $3,000 software, and I've got the code for it, and you download it and stuff.
Yeah.
And then you're like,
here he is, right here. Please.
One day I'll be able to save up the $3,000 for it. Now I'm paying $70, $80, $100 a month for the damn thing.
Yeah.
And they're getting my $3,000 every few years. Like that's what they've done.
Well, so they keep you because with the subscription comes the promise of always having the latest version, update, and as the product evolves, you still have it.
Yeah,
it's the classic model now, and it's never going to go back either. They're never going to go to you pick up a box in the store and say, "I'll just have this, thanks."
Yeah,
it's an ever evolving.
You can go back in music terms. You can go and start buying CDs and ripping them again. But not even that's easy now because iTunes isn't really as easy as it used to be. By the way, on the Spotify, so most people are probably on the premium plan. They think they're on the premium plan, right?
Yep.
But it's called Premium Individual, and it includes one premium account and 15 hours a month of listening time from our audiobooks.
Yeah, I wrote about that upgrade actually a couple of months ago.
So if you go to your subscription page, there's one called the Basic Individual, which is $3 less and has no included audiobook listening hours.
But that's up to you to find it, or
you've got to go off it. They've given you the audiobooks automatically.
So you've got to opt out.
Yes,
right. Yeah, well, there you go. Well, isn't that a similar thing to what Microsoft?
It feels that way, yeah.
Yeah, like because Microsoft's basically with the way they approach this is that Copilot Plus, it's that or nothing.
Yeah, I wonder if I got an email about the Spotify price. When did that go up?
Yeah. But it's so that's going to head to the federal court, eh? So that's I think Microsoft's response was, well, we're going to take a look at the claims and see what happens, and it's going to be the reason we're talking about it is because it's such a big company like Microsoft, a massive tech company that. Are the company behind ChatGPT and OpenAI, by the way, the major investor there. So naturally, they want you to have Copilot Plus as part of your workflow nowadays. But holding a gun to your head, not really the right thing to do. Is that how you see it?
I do. I genuinely think that people would be surprised, but I think also people are lazy.
Yeah.
I think people are broadly lazy and just go, it's whatever, $3.
Yeah, but you know what? If you buy something, there's rules and regulations. If you buy something in a physical store, so there's consumer law and everything that protects you. So, have they breached any, or is it just such a new thing? Where have they breached any laws that say that you can't, that they haven't presented all the options, or is it just something the ACCC's noticed and thought, well, that's not the way it should be done? I don't think there's a law they've broken.
I think it's going to put because it's a consumer law thing about advice to customers. So maybe the Spotify thing will fall into a similar place.
Well, it sounds exactly like what Microsoft did.
I just can't. In Spotify's defence, I haven't got the email that said your price went up, which is also interesting because shouldn't I have got an email?
You should get that, yeah.
Like
I'm searching Disney Plus.
I'm searching for in my email, and I've got every email ever sent and received. I'm searching for from Spotify and the word price, and I see nothing here. Upcoming changes to your Spotify subscription. Here we go. Early in 2024. No, see, that's not the one because it went up to $13.99 a month.
It was this year. The edition of the audio
$13.99 a month.
Yeah. So the big change is it adding audiobooks, 15 hours of audiobook listening.
Yeah, so maybe that's what I need to search for, audiobook.
Spotify
maybe
audiobook.
It comes in with, didn't mention it. Nope.
Really? You've been left out of the loop, mate.
I need people to send me copies.
I don't have Spotify. I'm on Apple Music.
I've got them all.
Yeah. You got the set?
Yep.
Really?
I use Spotify way more.
Do you use Amazon Music?
No.
So you got Spotify and Apple TV?
And Tidal.
Tidal as well for your high end.
Yeah. For that one time I review something that needs lossless audio. I mean, it's just insane.
Lossless audio you can hear with a cable.
Mate, I can't hear lossless audio with my ears. So I don't know why I ever got that subscription. Now, I'll tell you why I kept Tidal for a while. I might have unsubscribed, but they have a lot of video. They have a lot of concerts.
Tidal does?
Yes.
Okay.
And on the big TV, mate, it's beautiful.
That's a good.
I love watching concerts.
That's a great reason to have it. Yeah, absolutely.
Love watching concerts.
It's not that you just don't want to be left out. You want to have them all. Is that right?
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, collect them all. It's like Pokemon.
Yeah, that's it.
Anyway, let us know what you think. Two Blokes Talking Tech. If you've got those Spotify
If you've been
emails.
affected by it, if you were one of the customers who upgraded not realising you could stay the same, love to hear from you too.
Yeah, I'd love to get the
If you're one of those
emails.
2.7 million people,
Yeah, for sure.
love to hear from you.
Two Blokes Talking Tech.
This is Two Blokes Talking Tech with Trevor Long and Stephen Fennick.
You got that high-speed internet in your home. You need high-speed Wi-Fi to match, and Netgear's got you covered with that. Netgear.com.au for their Orbi Wi-Fi 7. Serious performance, seriously affordable, even with Stephen's computer making noise. It's unbelievable.
What's wrong with that?
It's beeping, mate. Newt,
Okay,
come on.
I'll
We're in a
turn it
studio,
down.
bro.
Jeez.
Come on. Netgear's got a range of products, including the all-new Orbi 370 series. Seamless, whole home performance with enhanced security and privacy built in, starting at just $459. Available for a limited time only. You can find it at netgear.com.au. Outstanding value. A 2-pack will get you great Wi-Fi in your home across the whole area that it covers. You're talking about up to 240 square metres for the 2-pack, 360 square metres for the 3-pack, which is $649. Got to say, I think this is the bang for your buck choice in the Orbi range. If you're not someone that has crazy smart home capabilities or huge numbers of devices or a massive home, this is Wi-Fi 7, so it's ticking that box. It's mesh and it's high speed, 2.5 gig Ethernet speeds, which means it'll cope with the fastest available NBN plans today. You can find out more at netgear.com.au.
This is Two Blokes Talking Tech with Trevor Long and Stephen Fennick.
Well, there's money to win, money to earn. $50 million is what Facebook is going to pay out to Australians. Stephen, imagine winning $50 million, Powerball style.
Great, but good if it's on your own. You win it, right?
Powerball, when it's $50 million and two people win, you're like, oh man, I only get $25 million.
I only get $25 million.
Facebook have made a court settlement with the Office of the Information Commissioner to pay $50 million to Australians over the Cambridge Analytica scandal. Now,
Just to Australians?
Just to Australians. There are 311,000 Australians believed to be involved in this, right?
Let's do the math here.
Okay, you do it. $50 million divided by 311,000, and this is how much you could earn if you're part of the Cambridge Analytica scandal.
You will get a grand total of $160.77.
Wonderful. Now, while you're on your phone, because you're logged in, go to EFTM.com because this is the thing
another free hit for you.
Yeah, rightio. The thing is, there's criteria, right? Firstly, you have to have been on Facebook in late 2013 through to late 2015. Yep. That's most likely a tick. Then you had to have been in Australia during that time.
Do Facebook owe you the cash?
You don't have to read it out, mate. Just go to the article and scroll down to where I put an image of was my information shared.
Yep.
Okay. In the paragraph above that, it says click this link to see if you were affected or something like that.
Yeah, mate, I'm trying.
You're not even on the page.
Nothing's happening. Here we go. It's very slow.
So the easy way to find out if you were affected, because you're only affected if you had the app This Is Your Digital Life installed on Facebook.
Yeah.
Okay. So there's a link.
So
there.
Click here to fast track your.
No, I said
here.
there. Up here. Click there.
Okay, click
this
that
link. So it says, well, great news. Facebook has to tell you whether the answer to the last question. Click this link you'll get a page where Facebook tells you about disabled apps. And if you're logged in, what does it say?
Was my information shared?
Based on our available records?
Based on our available records, neither you nor your friends logged into This Is Your Digital Life. Did you?
So basically, no. I got a no as
As a
well.
result, it doesn't appear that your Facebook information was shared with Cambridge Analytica.
Now, that's not to say you're not eligible. You can still go to the application page and lodge a claim, but you'll then need to essentially prove that you are all those things.
Right.
It's called the Facebook paymentprogram.com.au. But if you click that link in my story, like Stephen just did,
I've already left it, but hang on, let me do it.
And it said,
that
your
you were,
information.
yeah.
You can then go to another page, which is to fast track your application to be part of this settlement, and basically it'll go, you're in. Like you're going to get the money. You have to do it by the end of the year. December 31, because I'm assuming they'll pay out next year.
50 million, which is like just the change down the back of the lounge.
Yeah, they made that now.
That's not much.
Just now.
At all.
Yeah.
Just then.
Another one. They made another one.
Yeah.
They made the catch again.
Sounds like Seinfeld bit.
Yeah.
The silver medal guy. Silver medal.
Now.
Yeah.
Wow.
Wow. Okay. So you weren't.
I was not affected. So I'm getting no cash.
Yeah,
I'm not retiring on this one.
I don't get $160.
What I want to know is it's $50 million. And I don't know, I'm never going to get the answer. If only 300 people put their names down, do they get a share of $50 million?
I don't think so. It'll just be there.
I reckon they'll have to keep it in a trust for the 311,000
Because if
people.
they all front up, then they go, is there a statute of limitations or something? Or
I don't know. Well, that's why they're saying you've got until
to
December
claim
31 to be part of the claim.
They may make a... but I don't think they're going to share
claim submission deadline 31st of December 2025.
But so if you don't get in there by then, you just lose it, or does other people get more? I reckon you lose it.
Early June 2026, completion of the assessment by the administrator. Mid-June, if you disagree with the administrator. July, deadline for claimants to submit payment details. Oh, great. And then early August, you'll get your money. So I don't know that there is a second phase for that.
Yeah.
It's interesting. I wonder where the cash goes. So this was, you've got to remember, this is a company, Cambridge Analytica, that stole our information through this, third-party app they built, and then sold that information to third parties and political parties and stuff like that without our knowledge, and that's what they've been fined for. They've been fined because they took our information and didn't tell us.
Yeah. But now there are laws and everything in place for that not to happen
We
again.
would hope so, yes.
Yeah, you'd think that they're not going to replicate that.
And also, Facebook has essentially limited the amount of information that apps get. Like the very fact that if one of my... So let's say we were friends on Facebook back then, were we? Yeah. If you installed the app, it took my information as well.
Oh, yeah.
Like that's how widespread the tentacles of this bloody thing
So
were.
that's why it affected so many people then.
Yeah.
And
it was probably only 50,000 people that installed the app, but there was, they all had friends.
The other ones were just bystanders.
Innocent bystanders.
They got their
bit
data.
of a drive-by data shooting.
Yeah, so they got their data taken out as well because someone else had done it.
Because one of their idiot mates installed a stupid app called This Is Your Digital Life.
Got them $160.
Yeah, 10 years later.
10 years later.
Is that enough?
Is that with interest?
No, I don't think it is.
Nah.
Also, is that enough?
Nah.
Actually, it's a good point. Like 300,000 people, $160 each. Is that the price of our data?
No.
$50 million?
It's higher than that. Yeah.
That's rubbish.
Yeah. Like, could the data they took though was that say it got in the right hands? Could someone have stolen your identity or something like that with it? Or?
I don't know if it was that detailed. It was more about as I remember, it was more about your interests. So they could profile you better. Right. So they could profile you better for things like Facebook ads, which you can do now natively within Facebook. So. Yeah. Facebook itself now is Cambridge Analytica.
I can remember when Zuckerberg got hauled into the hearings and all that. Remember? It was quite embarrassing for him.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Look, I think they've changed and grown as a company since then, I've got no doubt. But they're also holding more data about every single individual than ever before.
Yeah, and I don't know why, but it reminds me of, speaking of being hauled in front of like a committee or a Senate hearing or something. Do you remember when... News Corp, when they got sprung for the hacks. Remember the phone hacks?
Right,
There's a series on Stan about it.
I still hate the term phone hacks because it wasn't a hack.
What was it then? Got into their voicemail.
It was illegal access.
They got into their voicemail. It was
illegal access.
Well, hang on, isn't illegal access a hack?
No, but they didn't use any nefarious terms. They just pressed 0000 as the code to get in. Do you know what I mean?
Right.
That's like saying. I mean, you're right. It's a hack. But if you've got a digital front door lock and it's got number codes and the default code is 1234.
Yeah.
If someone walks up to your house and goes 1234 and they open the door, did they break in?
Yeah, that's a good point. But I suppose not. But if it's what did you call it? Unauthorized access.
Access.
That's a hack in my books. But
I think for the headline, it's definitely out.
And I can remember,
remember
I said Zuckerberg confronted the committee, and I still remember watching live, and I was still working at News Limited at the time, where Rupert Murdoch and his son James fronted up as well, and they were so contritious, oh no, this is the worst day of my life, and they've made a series about it on Stan. I'm going to watch it.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, and there's someone who plays Rupert Murdoch and the whole thing. So Stan's got this new show about it.
Okay.
Yeah. So I shall be watching.
What's it called? Hacks?
No, Hacks is another show on Stan that I've been watching too. It's actually, I've only just discovered it. It's been around 4 seasons.
You just discovered Stan.
Yeah, no, I've heard Stan, but Hacks is really good.
I still haven't finished Yellowstone.
Yeah. Don't you talk, you idiot. Have you? You haven't done. I don't believe it. I'm going to give it up for you. Can I spoil it? I'm going to spoil it for you.
No!
I'm going to spoil it for you.
This show is over.
Well, mate.
I will hit stop.
Your fault, not mine.
Man, it's not The Sixth Sense. Chill out.
Your fault.
It's been a year.
Okay. Here's what happens. Let's just say it involves Indians.
Stop it.
And
stop.
The government and the
Dutton family.
The Dutton. That's giving it away.
All right. Anyway, go and get your share of $50 million, folks.
This is Two Blokes Talking Tech with Trevor Long and Stephen Fennick.
So,
yes,
Samsung. Now, remember last year when there was the 3G shutdown?
Yes.
And all the telcos were trying to reach out to customers saying, right, if you've got these devices, they may not be able to connect to 000 because they don't have the VoLTE and all that. So they're old devices. And they made an effort to get to all those customers, upgrade their devices and go ahead.
Yeah, there was a solid campaign. They delayed the 3G switch off because of this concern about these devices not being able to activate on the 3G networks properly.
And so now we learned that, did Samsung come forward with the fact that some people with older Samsung devices, and we're talking...
No, Samsung did not come forward.
Telstra came forward. I said that. Telstra came forward about Samsung.
Yep.
And these devices like 2016, 17, they're quite old.
They're 7 to 10 years old.
Yeah, and then some. So they came forward with the Telstra saying that some of these Samsung devices cannot connect to 000, and there are others that you need to upgrade to be able to connect to 000.
Well, to be clear, it's this is the challenge, right? So let's say a Galaxy Note 5, right? That's one of the phones.
Yeah.
If you're on the Telstra network...
got somewhere here, right? Haven't you?
Oh, for sure. If you're on the Telstra network and you're using a Galaxy Note 5, and let's be real clear, it's probably an elderly person. It's probably someone that's...
Someone who doesn't want to change their device. Yeah.
They're just loving what it does, whatever.
Yeah.
You can call 000. It's working.
Yeah.
But if the Telstra network goes down and you try to camp onto the Vodafone network, it won't work. An Optus customer with a Note 5, same problem. If the Optus network goes down, you won't be able to connect to the Vodafone network. You might be able to connect to the Telstra network. So it's
real. Camping on is effective.
It's nowhere near as bad as the VoLTE issue from last year, but it's tremendously bad in the time when you need it most, which is you're suffering an emergency and your Telstra network's down and you need to call 000, right? So the issue is that of the 71 devices, as you say, 60 of them can be fixed with a software upgrade. 11 of them can't.
They're obsolete.
Galaxy S6, S7, J3, J1, J5, Note 5 and A5 and A7.
So you're talking 2017, 18 devices, aren't you?
Yeah, I looked at them all. They're 7 to 10 years old.
Yeah.
So
that's old.
It's old, but
for a device, but people are still hanging on to them, aren't they?
Absolutely, there's probably 50,000 people using those phones.
Yeah,
because they're happy with it. It works.
Yeah,
I still see people with iPhone 5, and that phone, like, what are we doing? That's not going to work.
It's out of upgrade time.
Yeah, right. But it makes calls.
Yeah,
text messages come through.
They want, but it probably can't treat them 000 then, could it?
I don't know. Is a 5 out now?
I think 5 is. Yeah.
Like the problem is, well, and to be clear, I haven't seen anyone recently with a 5.
Yeah.
The networks now that Telstra has discovered this through their research. Optus also confirmed it, and Vodafone told me they were aware of these devices and have already disconnected from their network.
Yep.
Which actually, now that I think about it, is probably the reason why Telstra customers can't camp on, because Vodafone has kicked these devices off the network already. Optus and Telstra are also kicking them off their networks within 30 days because they're required under regulation to kick them off the network, which leaves us back in this situation of the 3G switch off, as you point out.
Yeah.
We've got to tell people, if you've got these phones, you got to replace them.
Get rid of them.
You'll be getting text messages from Telstra and Optus already telling you to replace them. Don't ignore those messages.
I've got a question.
Yeah.
My question is the Optus 000 outage, which, what was that, September 18, was it? Could this have been the reason why some people weren't connected to 000?
I think so. I asked Optus.
Yeah.
They said all the investigations will look into all those things. They didn't say they knew or otherwise, but basically...
It's going to take the heat
Remember,
off
we had 400 customers. It went down to about 380 something, or was it 600?
469 down to something,
Then it went 380 or something.
Yeah.
What the question is, of the 380 customers who could not connect, how many of them had these devices?
Yeah.
They're not going to tell us that until the investigation is over, but that's a critical part of the investigation.
Absolutely,
because it actually not devolves or dissolves Optus's responsibility, but it does...
Well, it
does
highlights
indicate
a problem, mate, in that we've got issues in this system. And if it wasn't for Optus... the outage that they had, would we have discovered this?
Would Telstra have done this digging?
Would they have done that?
No, I don't think so.
Yeah.
So the ACMA has today, at the point of recording, welcomed the passage of new telecommunications legislation, which says, and this is fascinating to me, because basically this is part of the Optus outage response. It's establishing enforceable regulatory obligations on telcos too. Enhanced complaints handling process requirements for network outages, improved network and device testing requirements. Yep. That says a lot to me.
So that includes 000 then? Because didn't you say that wasn't part of their network testing and regulation?
Remember I said that a few weeks ago, right? And communicate with customers and other key stakeholders in the 000 ecosystem during major and significant local outages. I'm going to stop the government right there and say, you're idiots for thinking that line makes any difference to the Optus situation, because Optus did not fail to communicate the outage during the outage because they didn't know there was an outage.
They didn't know, yeah. You can't
so they're not in breach.
They're
not going to be found in breach of that part of the regulation.
No.
Because they didn't know.
They didn't know, yeah.
So the clearly to me, with that improved network and device testing requirements, that indicates that there is potentially more to this story. There may well be more devices.
Well, yeah. So we hear about products coming into Australia to be used on the Telstra network, Optus network, Vodafone network. They test them for their own network, right? So they do their network testing. Yep, works here, beautiful. All the radios work. Everything's fine. But the 000 part of that isn't a part of the regulatory testing. They
may not. We don't want to cast aspersions, but it may be the case that the telcos, all of them, have not been thoroughly testing devices in Australia for 000 compatibility.
Right. Which it sounds now like it's going to be compulsory to do that.
And as it bloody well should be.
Yeah. Well, you think about it, if there's a more important number to call than 000, exactly. I haven't heard of it.
Our listeners are astute, they're smart, they're tech savvy. You don't have this problem, right? But you've got to think about your elderly neighbour, mum, grandparents, relatives,
absolutely.
And say to them, look, just let me know if you get any messages from Telstra or Optus, okay?
Yeah.
Because if you do, it might tell you about your phone. Now, also, go and get some tea and scones from your granny and check her phone and do a software upgrade.
Sort it out. Yeah.
Make sure it's done a software upgrade.
Absolutely.
But if anyone you know is running a Note 5, a J1, J3, J5, S7 of any sort, let's just call it S6 of any sort, an A5 or an A7, it's time to get a new phone. And remember, you don't need to spend $1,000 on a new phone. Go and get an Oppo or a TCL or a
Nokia,
a HMD or a Motorola for $200. $240. You'll get a great phone. And I'm very, very confident, though none of them have explicitly said it, very, very confident that all three telcos and Samsung will make devices available for free through hardship provisions.
Okay.
So if you can demonstrate that, hey, come on, I've held on the phone.
You get a basic phone for free.
Let's be clear, it's not going to be a great phone.
Yeah.
So if you think you're rorting the system by going, I can't afford to give me a new phone, they're not going to give you a bloody new Samsung S25.
You're not going to get an iPhone.
They're going to give you a Telstra branded smartphone that is 4G compatible. Yeah. It's not going to be great.
Yeah.
But it will make calls, take calls, and ring 000.
For that customer, they've probably got a device that does all they want them anyway. So,
but if you've hung onto a Note 5, there's a reason for that.
Yeah, you're a big fan of the Note if you've hung onto that for that long.
I noticed the Note 6 also needed an upgrade, software update.
How about the Note 7?
8? I looked at the list. I went, I wonder if they've put it on the list. I wonder if it's on the list. Because you would assume the Note 7 has been blocked from network so that no one can use it.
2017.
I do regret not holding onto it.
Yeah, I gave mine back. I'm sorry I did now. But you know what? By the time everything happened, I'd already reviewed it and it was done. It was out. You can still read my review on Tech Guide. It's still there.
You might want to change it, update it, and say this phone was discontinued due to fire hazards.
There's plenty of other. If they do a search for Note 7 on my site, they'll see those.
Also, we should say these phones, because there was a lot of weird messages I got that day with this story. These phones worked perfectly when they were sold. This is not on Samsung.
Yeah.
All right?
Yeah.
Samsung.
For the time, they were fine.
Honestly, I do want to understand more about this, but I also don't because there's 10-year-old phones. If these were 5-year-old phones, I'd dig so much deeper.
Yeah.
But we're talking about
They're
10-year-old
quite old,
phones, right?
yeah.
Here's my position. Phones were perfect when they were sold.
Yeah.
The networks, they
just
work
got out of
perfectly.
date.
But I believe it's as a result of the 3G switch off. Even though it's not a VoLTE-related thing, I believe as a result of the 3G switch-off, these phones have become inoperable on this part of the 000 network. I don't think that that's Samsung's fault. I don't blame the telcos. I do blame the overall testing regime, and I hope the telcos lift their game. So basically,
absolutely,
let's not blame anyone for this. I'm just glad they found it.
Yeah. That's
my thought.
And luckily this inquiry is going on because, like I said, if Optus if that hadn't have happened, this might not have been discovered until too late.
I doubt it, but imagine all 385 people were using these old phones.
Well, that's a story now.
That'd be Optus going
in itself. Yeah,
it wasn't as bad as we thought, but we're still disappointed.
We copped all the flack. Yeah, but. I think there's going to be more to this.
I do feel like it too.
Yeah.
Two Blokes Talking Tech.
This is Two Blokes Talking Tech.
Two Blokes Talking Tech is proudly supported by Arlo, and if you want to protect yourself, it is a great idea to get some security cameras. And Arlo have their pan and tilt cameras, their ultra cameras, their pro cameras, essential cameras. They're all there. They've got their doorbells and wide floodlights. But you know what brings them all together? The security plans, the subscription services that allow you to save up to 30 days of history, up to 4K resolution. It allows you also to set smart activity zones as well. You can also get the smart notifications, person, vehicle, animal, package, but also other safety features too, like flame detection and even audio detection for certain sounds like sirens and gunshots and dogs barking and various things like that. So you get all of these included with your subscription service, and with the use of AI now as well, they do have things like captions on your. I love reading the captions on my feed of there's
event descriptions.
There's a black sedan under next to a fence and everything like that. But it means that when you receive a notification, you can actually read the description rather than having to press play and see what happens in the video. And there's also the video search though, that's coming too.
Coming soon
too. You'll be able to just type in a few keywords to find a specific piece of video. That's coming only if you've got the subscription service. So it starts at $6.67 a month. So it's a price of a cup of coffee per month, but well worth having if you want to really consolidate your Arlo security systems and have all of those extra features and that 30-day cloud backup as well. Check it out at arlo.com.
This is Two Blokes Talking Tech.
Well, Stephen, Apple Vision Pro is $6,000. What's it going to cost me to get Samsung's version of not spatial computing, but extended reality?
XR. Well, what was the US price? $17.99.
Yeah, so which compares to $34.99. It's $1,800 in the US, $17.99, and the Apple Vision Pro is $34.99.
That's right. And so converting
around half. It's around half price.
If you convert $17.99 US, it'd be, let's call it $3K Australian, $329 maybe.
Yeah,
that's less. That's half the price of the Vision Pro.
Yeah,
but are they the same product though? That it's not released in Australia, by the way. Not yet. Wasn't announced for Australia. US, Korea only. We probably won't get it in Australia till next year. You reckon? I don't think they're going to rush it out before Christmas.
I think it's what Apple did with the Vision Pro too. Let's be clear. They had that in the US only.
They had a 6-month sort of grace period, didn't they?
I think they need a product like this. You need to work out how to sell it first.
Yeah,
and you also want to get a bit of reaction from it too.
True that, but it's built on the Android XR system,
which is also new.
Yeah, and that's a combination. I think Google, Qualcomm, and Samsung combined for that one, didn't they? And so it's a whole new platform. But from what I can see, there's obviously ways for you to enjoy your games and movies and everything through the headset. But the features that they highlighted was 3D maps and watching YouTube, which you can't do on the Vision Pro, by the way. Vision Pro doesn't have a YouTube app.
Yeah, you got to have a third party.
You got to go through either the browser or something. So there's that. But are they
what
the
a
same?
Shock! Google didn't build an app for Apple Vision Pro while they were building the Android XR platform.
There you go. But is it? Are we talking,
mate?
Apples and apples here.
Everything they demonstrate looks remarkably similar.
Even the design looks like.
But also the interface, setting up windows around you to work with.
No controllers,
But they do their promotional content for it Like, mate, I'm just going to show you a video. Look at this picture of a woman in the lounge room, as if that isn't the exact same woman that's in the Vision Pro ad. Like, they've basically copied the Vision Pro ad with a woman in a lounge room. Like, honestly, that looks like the same person.
But you know what? I have read, because it's only in the State, we haven't gone anywhere near it yet. It was released it was an event when we were in America last Friday.
That's right.
And so, or Thursday, American time. There have been some people, some US tech journalists who have actually tried it out. And the consensus seems to be that the XR is lighter.
Yep.
It's like significantly lighter, more comfortable as well. So
I don't think the XR blocks out, like it seems to sit above your eyes, and so you've kind of still got light coming in here.
Yeah, but it sits more.
Whereas Vision Pro,
right on, really encases you. But
yes.
The from what I hear, it has a similar band as the Quest. You know, you got up the back, you sort of tighten it at the back, and the front isn't. Well, the device isn't as heavy. They haven't referred to it as a spatial computer, though. Have they?
Well, that's Apple's word.
That's Apple's word, right? So,
Apple doesn't use the term augmented reality, extended reality, virtual reality. They call it spatial computing.
Or mixed reality.
I don't think they say that either.
Haven't they? Okay.
Nope, they say spatial computing.
Well, and what impresses me too
which is what this is, by the way.
Yeah. I think, and Samsung have already said right now off the bat, hasn't even been released in Australia yet, that they are already developing using the XR platform and the technology to create AI glasses. So this is a headset. They've already got deals with partnering up with like Warby Parker, and so these eyewear brands already, like similar to what Meta did with Oakley and Ray-Ban, and they're already saying, "Yep, this is what we're aiming to do."
Yeah.
So remember, was it us talking about that?
Did I say it last week? This is the next 10 years. This is the
big move, because we were talking about the Amazon glasses, and so smart glasses, I think, is going to be the red hot category moving forward.
The next decade will be the smart glasses decade. And everyone will think back to 2012 with the Google Glass.
Yeah.
All those
Weren't
kind of
they
things.
ahead of their time?
Well, I mean, indirectly,
Wow.
without question.
Yeah. Ahead of their time.
No doubt.
If Google Glass came out today, would you
looking like it did before?
Yeah, well,
no. Still looks stupid.
Didn't look too bad.
Looks stupid.
Really? Okay.
Mate, I remember going to CES in 2012 and going, what are these
Everyone was walking around with them, that was your first CES
idiots,
there too, eh?
It's like when you go now to an event and they've all got Pocket 3s from DigiOsmo. It's like you've got to have the coolest new content gadget. That was the cool thing of the day. It's like, mate, come on, what are you doing? Yeah. Well, the year after Apple Vision Pro came out, there was people walking around with those there looking like idiots, but not as many. But look, I do believe that the glasses is the next frontier. Because, mate, do we need it? Not sure yet.
No.
Do these companies need a thing to sell us? Yes.
You think about the benefits of having it, though. Like think
about just how many times you might have gone like this while we were recording, or I might have gone like that. Yeah. Mate, if I can go, that's Amanda there, and I can just swipe it away or whatever. Yeah,
mate. Bring it on.
You're not going to get frames this narrow, though. Oh, that's my challenge.
Yeah, it's going to be. Well, at first you won't. It'll be. Although the Amazon glasses weren't too thick, but you got to
remember a lot of that power was here. Remember the power was here, and they were cabled to the magnetic clip on. Yeah. So that's a trade-off.
Yeah. But you think about it, like the amount of times we look at our devices and our watches, and having that right there. Like I could be looking at something right now. I could be thinking, okay, yeah. There's a message from my wife or something that's just popped up there.
Hope you're not scrolling through any video sites, mate.
It's no chicken and corn up there. But you know what I mean? It's going to be the ever-present...
I just see you doing these ones with your hand if the neural band from Microsoft, what's it called, MetaWorks.
Yeah.
I do want to try that, the handwriting thing. That sounds pretty amazing.
But look, I think we've hit on what the future holds here, where these are still pretty much in their infancy, these products, and very expensive. Like the Vision Pro.
I think that we'll end up with, as you said last week, or whenever we talked about Meta's band is here. Apple's already got the people wearing the band. Yeah. So Apple's linkage with this, I think this...
It's a matter of time.
The thing on your wrist will be your connection to the world.
Yeah.
So that's where your eSIM will be. They'll improve the battery. That'll be how...
So it'll be all up in your glasses. You won't need to hold a device.
Yeah, so this will be 50% of the power and the connection.
Yep.
And these will simply get everything from here.
Yeah, so that's your display.
So it'll just be battery and display as opposed to needing the compute.
Yeah.
That's what I think will be
It just means that everyone's going to wear glasses.
Apple Vision, when paired with an Apple Watch, or maybe Apple Vision requires an Apple Watch.
Which doesn't happen at the moment. No, you can't.
No, but I'm talking about a new product.
Yeah.
Not Vision Pro.
Yeah.
Think about Apple Vision as being a pair of glasses.
Yeah.
Imagine Apple Vision requires the Apple Watch. right?
Yeah.
Because that's its connection to the world,
Sure.
and maybe it's its neural processing and all that
So
stuff.
you're saying they'll have to involve the iPhone somehow, though, won't they? Or
No, I'm
So
saying
potentially
I'm
that
saying
could be your
long
choice.
term.
Yeah,
I'm
right.
saying in a decade from now,
yeah, the iPhone 27 could be.
You won't need an iPhone.
There's right here. Yeah,
you won't need an iPhone.
Yeah.
You'll choose to go. I'm the kind of person that uses this as my screen,
and
this is the power.
Yeah, right. It's a brave new world.
That's what they're working on for sure.
Yeah. Well, why haven't they said anything though? Is the Vision Pro in its current form still? They're still pushing that. That's the. Because I know they just did the M5, so they're not going to change it anytime soon. But there's no real indication. Like Samsung have already indicated before it even went on sale in other countries that this is what we're working on already.
Yeah, good luck to
Apple not so nimble in that area. They're not. They've
Apple,
probably got versions ready to go.
We don't comment on future products and roadmap.
Exactly right. Yeah. That's a good way of covering
So to
themselves.
all people who get invited to Apple in the future, please don't ask that question of them. It's so annoying when we're sitting in briefings and you go,
Tell us about your roadmap.
What about next year, do you think? Mate, seriously. I'll answer that. So I have thought about going, you know what, I'll answer for them. We don't comment on future products or roadmap.
But it's not just Apple. How many other press conferences you've been to and they go, well, why don't we just worry about this product first before we talk about the next one, mate?
Honestly.
And we're in the back row just rolling our eyes thinking,
What are you doing,
What are you
folks?
doing? Why are you wasting
You're
time?
trying to be some hotshot journo in a background
trying to be a
briefing that's
gotcha
off the
moment.
record anyway. Anyway, two blokes talking tech.
This is Two Blokes Talking Tech with Trevor Long and Stephen Fennick.
My question to you
Yes.
is, have all the products that need to be released this year been released?
Need to be released.
I mean, all the big companies have. I think everything that's out is out.
I think you'd be.
Is there anything we're waiting on?
I think you'd be mad to announce anything from now on.
Well, it's sort of we're getting into Black Friday. These sales.
Was it Oppo? Has that been announced?
Oppo, they just announced today.
Well,
the new phone. Yeah.
And they were like, if you need it for TV, I'm like, I don't want to break to you. We're done with phones for the year.
Yeah.
Like there's not going to be another.
Just do a segment on Oppo, mate.
It's just not going to happen.
Yeah.
And there's we were counting earlier because we were putting together a schedule. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 weeks until
8 weeks
Christmas.
to Christmas, yeah. So you be if you haven't released
two of those are going to be dedicated to Black Friday. Two of those are Christmas gifting and shopping. Mate, you're mad.
Yeah. You
Stupid
need to be
time
out.
to announce
You need
a
to be
product.
out already.
Also, if a product is going to make Christmas, it's got to have been announced or very much in the pipeline.
Yeah.
So if you're announcing something, it's because it's coming out tomorrow. Like that's the only
exactly,
thing.
yeah.
And no big companies doing
So
that.
once we hit November, it's kind of the
Which
point
is
of no return.
pretty much tomorrow or the next day. So, we're done. We're done.
I'm glad to hear that because I just can't accept any more review products.
Yeah,
it's
well,
going
you
to be
said a few weeks ago
it's going to be a
you'd
case
pull the
of
plug on that.
a Christmas gift guide. But some sneak through and go, okay, I'll have a look at that, and so.
I had one today and I went, you know what, mate? There's no good luck with your embargo. I'm out. This is not going to happen.
Under
it's just
embargo.
too much on.
Yeah, right.
There's just look, I feel good about November. I think it's a reasonable enough month that I'll get through the backlog. That's what I'm confident about.
Yeah, me too.
Do you know what I mean?
So hopefully I won't be just the Christmas gift
Unless
guide
you
dump.
drag me up to that other trip you want me to do.
Yeah, come on, mate. We're going.
I'll talk to them about Thursday afternoon radio commitments. If I can get around that,
You'll be right, mate.
We'll see.
You'll be right.
We'll see.
Yeah, I reckon.
You just love a whole lot. You just love a hotel.
Well, no. Look, in this, I'm not going to give away what we're talking about, but it just so happened, and I asked you about this with very product, right? I had eyes on a product that I was going to buy with my own money.
Yeah.
And I get invited.
Now he's not.
I get invited by that company to a launch event in another state. And so my response was, your timing couldn't have been better, incredible timing. And so, yeah. And they've asked Trevor to come too, so hopefully he joins us.
My immediate response was 3 days talking about that? No.
Yeah, come on,
And then this idiot told me he's going away on our recording day. So I'm like, well, maybe if I go as well, we could record at the same time.
Let's go, baby.
Just for the record, if people ask me, do you want to come to something on a Tuesday morning?
Yeah.
I'm out because I'm doing radio on EFTM. You want to do it Wednesday? I'm out. I just say no.
Yeah.
This bloke, free product, I'll be there.
No,
I'll just push all of our normal plans to the side.
Excuse me, how many Wednesday
normal plans to the side?
Wrong. How many Wednesday events have I go, sorry, that's our recording day?
Well, not enough, obviously.
How many have I done?
You've agreed to one in 3 weeks from now.
No, and I said I did raise it with you to say, look, in a couple of weeks.
Anyway, it's a nice hotel, so I might go.
Yeah.
It's not the best Western.
Yeah. No, it's decent.
Yeah, no. All right.
Nice part of the world.
All right, mate. We'll have details next week of our live show. That's our commitment to you.
Yes.
Details next week. I was just checking that we hadn't had a response.
And just to be clear, live show as in not streaming.
You got to be there.
Us in person. You watching us in person in the audience.
Yep.
Right there, meet and greet.
If you miss
everything.
out, you're going to have to watch the bootleg.
That's right. You have to watch the bootleg from the iPhone at the back row.
I'm just going to put it on a tripod, but then after in post, I'm going to add a shake.
Add a lane.
Add a shake. No, so it looks like it's bootleg. Put a 45mm film effect on it.
Or would we give it to someone in the audience to say, look,
no,
this is your
that would
responsibility?
look horrible.
Do you reckon? But that's the idea of it, isn't it? It's a bootleg.
Or they could film it with like an Osmo Pocket 3, just holding it.
Really?
Maybe they pass it around.
Who's going to want to do that?
Maybe they pass it around so all people get to hold it.
Maybe. That'd be funny.
And then people make
Can you
comments.
hear them talking?
Oh, these are idiots.
Oh, so what am I wasting my time here for? Listen to these idiots.
It'd be pretty embarrassing if someone walked out. It'd be like doing stand-up, when people bomb doing stand-up.
We'd have to heckle them. Say, hey, where you going? Hey.
No, we'll lock the door. Get Chris to lock the door.
Yeah, lock the door, right.
Except in the event of an emergency, the exits are here and here.
It's a captive audience then.
Listen, trust me, it's a small room. You're not going to be able to walk out with these.
Yeah, you're not going to be able to do a smoke bomb like Trevor normally does at an event.
No.
Definitely not.
All right. See you next week, buddy.
Ciao.
Mate.